Audio.etc. is proudly supported by Auto Sound and Security. G'day guys, how's it going? James here at Audio.etc. So today on the Audi A4 I want to try and get this Rockford Fodgate T1S1-10 subwoofer mounted to the underside of this parcel tray, firing through that hole. If you missed the video the other day where I explained why we're doing this, just really briefly, it's because it's the customer's first choice. He would prefer the subwoofer to be on the tray. I've explained, what the acoustic implications of that. If he's not happy with the bass coming from it, yes, we'll probably just put it in a box somewhere, but he'd really like it if it could be in this OEM location initially, just to see if it does what he hopes it will. So that's why I'm doing it. But before I do that or start making any rings up or anything like that, I'm going to sound deaden the parcel tray top and bottom with some Dynamat, because we're putting something on there which is going to be doing a hell of a lot more movement than this factory little thing. So I want it to be completely reverberation free. So Dynamat will do the trick. I'm just heating it up at the moment. Got Grant's little fan heater in here firing up at the parcel tray, getting the metal nice and warm. That just makes it easier to stick the sound deadening to it, because the heat kind of makes the tacky side of the Dynamat go a bit more floppy and easier to move and manipulate. And it already has got factory sound deadening on it. I should probably go in here so you can see, which has actually been done pretty well, not too bad, like better than a lot of other cars. I suppose it's because it's an Audi, like this sort of sound deadening is already all over the parcel tray, and it's good probably for that sort of little sub, but for the big one that we're going to put in here, we want it to be a lot more dead. It could still deaden up a lot. So I'm going to do the top and the bottom, and yes, I'll be covering up as many of these openings as I possibly can to create as close to a sealed environment as possible. But what I like to do when I do my sound deadening is, some people like just put sound deadening straight over top of factory looms and wiring. I prefer to have the wiring on top of it so that it's removable and serviceable. So what I do is I take a picture of where any existing wires are with their locators and pops in, and then I remove them all, do the deadening, and poke out the holes that need to be poked out for the pops to go back in and locate the factory wiring back into place. What I probably won't do, this one definitely has to go back into place because this is the brake light one, but this is the factory subwoofer wire. I'm just debating whether or not to put this back in. I think I probably will, even though it's not going to get used. I'll probably just I'll relocate it, and I'll probably just Tessa tape it back together like that, so that if in the event of it being reverted to factory, this just comes out and plugs into the original subwoofer. So that's what I'm doing today. Yeah, got my roller, got my Dynamat out there. It's going to take me a while, so time lapse is what's going to be happening. Probably do one sheet over here, one sheet over there, and then the same on the bottom, so I might use 4 sheets. Okay. Finally finished sand deadening the parcel tray, the top and the bottom of it. So the bottom is completely done. I haven't put some bits over on the sides of the car because there's lots of big bits of bare metal. So did as much as I can all the way under here and obviously on top as well. So what I've just done is use this big caliper thing to measure the size of this hole because I wanted the piece of wood to sit around the outside of this little metal lip which is up here. Kind of hard to see, but there is a little lip there. So this is the sort of dimension of the hole that needs to be in the piece of wood that I make for it to hang from. But this dimension isn't quite big enough for the membrane of the woofer. So what I'm going to do instead is space it out so that the piece of wood I make is got a hole in it that big. Actually, I wonder, I need to do some measuring. I wonder if I can put a 45-degree cut on the circle so that, so if I set this up again, I need to measure it really and then see what the difference is out there. Don't think I'm going to get the woofer mounted today though, sorry guys, because I've had a lot of interruptions with customers and things like that. The Corvette is gone, by the way. The customer was very happy with it. But I've had to deal with all the customers because Pat's off at the races. So this hole needs to be about 23 centimeters across, okay? This hole needs to be 24.5. So that's 15 millimeters of difference. If I made a donut, the 24.5 is the most important one. So that there needs to be 24.5. And if this is an 18 mil bit of wood with the 45-degree bit, I'd end up probably taking maybe 15 mils off. Yeah, I could do that. 15 millimeters. Yeah, that would work. And then I just need to know this total outer dimension, which would be at least 20, we can make it 27, be at least a 27 centimeter wide circle, plus any wide points that would fit on the flat piece of the metal. I could do that. Okay, paper. So if I very badly draw a donut here, oh man, this is terrible. No, start again. Oh, that sounds dirty. If we're looking from the top, or actually from the bottom, you'll see a circle, and then that circle, and then another circle, because that's going to be the 45-degree bit. So the total width is going to be at least, what I say, 27 of that piece is going to be 24.5 centimeters, 23 centimeters for that inner piece, leaving 15 millimeters of difference between where I do the 45-degree cut. I think I can do that. What I need to do is get a piece of 18 mil that I can make. It needs to be at least 27. Right. Ooh, perfect. That's pretty much perfect. I may not even have to do the outside cut. But then, is that big enough to cover all the spots? It's not. I basically need a 30 by 30 square. That's MDF. Just been painted. 33 by 30. Yep, I'm going to use this piece of wood. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is make up the template, which is going to go underneath the parcel tray, so I know what my outside cut is going to be. Okay, so I got this piece of cardboard, which is 20 by 25, which I'm pretty sure is about the right dimensions. Ouch! For going over this. Obviously it doesn't completely cover the hole, but it covers up these four corners. Oh, what? How did that happen? 20 by 25. It's like, what? Yeah, 25. Oh, it's 20, right, because it's wider up at this end. So it's like 24 there, and 20 there. There we go. Now I've got one which is 24 by 24 this way and only 20 wide at this end. And that goes from these four, covers these four corners. Then I just need to combine that with the 27 centimeter circle donut that I'm going to make. And I might even round off these corners a bit as well. Okay, so now this piece of wood would go like that, and then there'll also be a bulge here, here and here that covers the circle. Okay, so now what I need to do is secure this up here and then outline the circle in relation to this so I know where the center is. Add a piece of tape there. Ow, my head. God, this is a painful car. Okay, and now I can mark on this piece of board the circle, and this is gonna give me a reference as to where the center of the hole that I cut out needs to be in relation to the shape of the piece of wood that I make. Okay, evenly. Yeah, that looks about like the center line to me anyway. So now what I have to do is measure. Okay, so that's the center line. Now I just need to measure halfway through the hole. 12. And that there is my center hole. So now I can put this on here, probably measure where the center point of this is so I can line them up, just so I know don't get it in the wrong place. So that's 30, so 33 divided by 2, spike. That's going to be the center of the hole that I cut out, which I can line up with this one. There it is, those lines on one another. Now I outline this shape. There we go, there's that. Half of 27 is 13 and a half. There we go, 13 and a half. And now I can outline the donut. Okay, there we go. Here's the outline of the shape I need to cut, which is why I can't just use the router just to go in a full circle, because I need to go around these parts and then also have these extension corners out. The best way. I wonder if I should just use the jigsaw. What I could do is use the jigsaw to jig out these lines, and then when the router meets it, it'll make the cut. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So what's going to happen now is when I do my circle jig routing around here, I'll start like from up here and I'll just plunge down and I'll just go, and it will eventually join the edge of this cut, and this whole section will fall away, but these four corners will remain. That's good. And then once the outside shape is done, obviously I'll check it, and then I can cut the inside shape, the smaller inside shape, and then put it on the table router with a great big 45-degree bit in it, and hopefully it'll put a great big 45-degree cut on it, widening out the bottom side, which will be going down onto the sub. That makes sense. Okay. Okay guys, real quickly before I go and before the battery on my GoPro runs out, because I know it's low, This is where I got up to. I got my ring made up. It's got a recess on this side which allows a bit of extra depth for the woofer membrane to sort of flow into, and then this inner ring pretty much matches exactly the hole that's up there. It actually slots over it. But the problem I've come across now is that there's these pre-welded on nuts up here, which originally you bolted the original subwoofer to. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to try and fire them off, or if I'm going to drill some countersinks in here to allow this to slot over them. I think I'll probably do that. It'll just be easier than trying to take these bolts off. I'll bring a special drill bit in tomorrow to do it. And then this, I've also had to file this edge down quite a lot to allow this to get close to sort of sitting like that. So the metal ring lip actually sits inside of that ring, and that goes up there. And I am going to have to, I think, add another layer, like another maybe 9mm layer down below this one to allow the subwoofer to sit on it, because the sub otherwise is going to hit this rail. It's quite annoying. It's putting up a fight, this car. Seriously putting up a fight. It's making it a mission. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Got that made, and I got the sound deadening completely done. But I feel like I didn't get that much done today, but that's partly because the boss, i.e. the only other person who serves customers, wasn't here all day. So I keep getting interrupted quite a lot, but say lovey. That's what I got done today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Choose to be happy, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Kite Ano.